no, that's not her. But yeah, but they've been sneaking up in your lives and reporting back to her.
That's okay. Let them report. Get all
I
the
hope that
information.
I hope like Christy and Rod are just like sweating and like, I hope they're like, get everything that they reap what they sow. Like they didn't care about Gypsy for their entire lives. They didn't give a shit about her at all. They never wanted to be in her life. They literally, Rod sits there and lies on these documentaries and said, I always paid child support. Why did Dee Dee have to take out charges against you twice? Why were you sentenced to 10 days in jail? Why is it that you were in 95 brought out on contempt and then the prosecutor in your county in 99 brought charges against you, criminal charges for non-support, but you were always paying support for your daughter?
Yeah, that's what he said, to the point of sometimes not even having enough money for groceries, were his exact words the other night.
And yet, it looks like Claudine, Dee Dee, had to come up with very crafty ways to provide for her daughter because her ex-husband was too busy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he wasn't even like successful back then. Like,
Yeah.
Dee Dee wasn't lying. He was using drugs and he was drinking.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Oh, Mr. Dave's back. We love you, Mr. Dave.
Look at those
Yes,
numbers. All
everybody's been so good at Mr. Dave tonight.
Yes,
He
they were
Dave
very good. And I
messaged me
want
and
to, and
said,
I
"Can
just
you
want
add
to
me,
thank
Jess?"
everybody for that.
Yeah, that was great. This
His
group is
comment got
great.
missed.
But again, if there's anything we can do for you guys, anything at all, don't hesitate to ask. And please come back. I appreciate you coming to talk with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, if
I
there's
will be back.
anything I can do and put out on my channel, anything for the family. Like I sent Claudia a message on Facebook. It might be in her messenger requests. Like, I just want to help in any way I can because I feel like Dee Dee has been completely defamed and
She has. You know, like Claudia and I was talking, I said, I'm just the adopted sister. She said, yeah. I'm planning a trip to go see her. Don't know when I'm going to go yet. This week I'm going to be gone to Branson, Missouri, just because my husband's company does a trip there every year. So I've got to go and make appearance. I'd rather not, but it is what it is. But but yes, I'll definitely be back, and I'll let Claudia know that you sent her a message on Facebook. She is very picky about who she talks to because
yeah, I totally understand that. Like, if she doesn't want to speak to me, I totally understand. I just want to, if there's anything I can do to help, like, correct the narrative in any possible way. I mean, it's funny because I went back into the old groups from when the crime happened, and Claudia was in those groups initially defending Gypsy.
She was
on Gypsy's side.
Yep.
Wow.
That she was. And, just like the rest of us, we may have all started out on Gypsy's side, but we learned really quick. I'm a survivor of SA. My oldest daughter is a survivor of SA by my ex-husband, and which just got out of a prison for 15 years, and I wish they'd send him back. But that's besides the point, and to sit here and think, I'm a survivor of this kind of abuse. And I'm looking at this story and I'm like, I looked at my mother and I said, Mom, I am so glad that you never treated us kids that way. I said, I wouldn't have done what she done because normal people don't think that way. I said, but why is she doing all of this stuff being an abuse survivor? And then I started opening my eyes. And so I just kept in contact with Christy just to hear her lies and see what she'd say.
Oh, one of the first things she did was get a rhinoplasty, and I knew she wasn't a victim of medical abuse.
Exactly. And no, I don't post anything about it because, there's content creators out here like Ivory herself that does a great job. And I just don't want to be out there like that, because like I said, I have 2 adopted children, one that's special needs and one that's only 4 now. I got her when she was 4 weeks old. She weighed 4.5 pounds when I got her.
Oh, a little itty bitty one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And her story alone, nah, people just don't need to be meddling in my business about it, because yeah, she's my brother's little girl and he's sitting in prison dying of heart failure. Sorry about his luck. He shouldn't have done wrong.
Right.
Guess he should have stayed off the dope and quit stealing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I wasn't raised around him, but that's besides the point. So her story doesn't need to be out there in the open, Every once in a while you might see a picture of her on TikTok with me. She's my little, if you happen to see my, under the hood of the Jeep, that's her. She's my little Jeeper, and she can point out any Jeep and every Jeep there is.
Oh, I love that.
She will tell you, I'm a Jeeper. But, and she told me earlier, she goes, while we're gone, Mom, you're going to make a TikTok with me swimming. I said, okay.
Well, you definitely don't need a target on your back, so I will definitely wear that target for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will definitely be back. But I'm going to head off to bed because I have to be up early in the morning to go pick up Grandma from Arkansas.
Well, you have a good night, and I appreciate you talking with us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
All right, thank you. Kick me out. I don't know how to get out of here.
All right, we'll get you out.
All right, thanks.
Oh, wow.
That was nice of her to come up.
Prison inmate of Nick's or something wants to talk. The squiggle person. It's like a
Prison inmate of Nick? Was Nick in
no,
jail?
it's me.
Oh, Nick,
Prison
Nick.
peer reached out to them yesterday. Hold on, I'll put her in.
Her.
I mean, I have no
I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
A
I have no
cellmate,
way to verify.
No.
Yeah.
they have to be out. They can't be.
Yeah, but how
Hi,
did
going?
that girl be
Hello.
his cellmate?
Hi, so I had one of Nick's prison peers reach out to me yesterday on a post that I made about Nick.
Did we talk to you
And
yesterday?
Yeah, she was in yesterday.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
just a second.
She was in our live yesterday.
That picture is really distracting.
Yeah, that's how I remember.
Sorry, I had a phone call coming through. So he said that Nick was in MedPod. So MedPod was a ward within the prison at the time when he first went in. That was for people with psychiatric illness and medical conditions and disability. And he told me that even in MedPod, Nick was being taken advantage of. But when they upgraded the prison, I don't know that he went into like a specialized ward, that he made it seem as though he went into general population then. But I often wondered like I worried about Nick in general population, and knowing that he was being taken advantage of even in a specialized wing. It's
Right.
extremely worrying.
Absolutely. I mean, he's so vulnerable, and
I hate that Dave's having to hear this. Is that okay?
yeah, I was just, you know what? We
Yeah,
think alike.
I don't feel comfortable with that. Do you? That's I don't-
No.
Is there anything that you could say that could hurt his
I think it already is.
Yeah,
I just don't feel comfortable with it.
Nick, we'll bring you back.
that she was making out like that they were the person that was in with him. So obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this is the time for us
Yeah.
to talk about this with his uncle in here. To be
Agreed,
honest,
yeah.
It's just getting him upset. It's just not a good topic for the moment. I don't think. But
Yeah,
that's fine.
Live. That was just my opinion. I'm sorry, Ivory. I didn't mean to be.
No, I completely, you know what? We think alike, because I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know, and I think it's just sort of
I'm
like,
not gonna lie, I kicked Dave out even when the other lady was there because I didn't know her relationship to Claudia. And so just in case, because she is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if she was a relative. I even kicked Dave out just then too.
I would just be like cautious of like talking about like
Oh, yeah.
his like medical status in the prison. That's like violating his.
Yeah, I
That's like
completely.
violating his privacy, violating his healthcare.
We just got to be careful for his sake.
Yeah.
For his
And if he's in a med ward, no one should be talking about that.
Yeah, and it just we just need to.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, people with mental illness are taken advantage of in prisons. That's the sad state of our justice
They're
system.
taking advantage of everywhere. You know what I mean? Look at him.
Mhm.
You know, he wasn't even. He was just out in the world. That's so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, he was preyed upon. That's what he was.
Yeah.
He was preyed upon by a predator.
Yeah, and the second she spoke to him, she knew.
Yep.
She knew she could do exactly what she needed to do.
100%.
Yeah.
She's a predator. Yeah. The more I hear,
Dave,
the more
Dave, I thought they were trying to, like, that they knew someone that was advocating for Nick,
Yeah, I
and then
saw
they
the
got in the box and
messages.
said that. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be
No, I
sorry,
saw the
Jackie. You
messages.
didn't know.
You were
I
absolutely.
personally just hated her picture because it looked like a nipple and it looked really gross. I don't have anything
remember that
against
from
them. I
yesterday
just
'cause I
don't like
remember
looking.
it from
I don't want to
yesterday.
look at a
Thing
nipple.
last night when she got out, me and Ivory were like so disturbed by her picture because it kept like it pulses. And remember that? We're like, oh my god, I'm not well.
It reminded me of those
That I didn't
pictures,
know
like
what to
when you
call
end
it.
up on a tabloid page and all of a sudden you see all those pictures of like stuff coming out of noses and you're like, how did I get here?
Thank you, thank you.
So
Exactly what they said in the comments, Kimmy. That's why I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, no, I was reading them too. I saw them and I thought the same way you did. So
Someone said it's a third eye. Well, it looks like a freaking nipple.
I just, when I was talking to her yesterday, it's like I'm one of those people that I like to call people by their name, just, you know what I mean? And I was like, squiggly line lady.
yeah,
Because I was trying not to look at the rest of it.
yeah.
Miss Nipple, like, what do you call them?
I'm sorry, Dave.
We just, it was for your protection, Dave. That wasn't to offend you in any way.
Yeah, we thought she was coming in with good intention, but it just didn't sound.
And she was. I'm sure she wasn't coming in with bad intentions at all. I don't feel like she did that to be vindictive. I think she was just genuinely concerned. Yeah.
Just didn't want to get Dave upset. I loved it. I'm seeing in the feed all night the free Nick hashtag, and that people are really starting to think and change their view on things. I've really seen that happen over the past week, and I really love that. I really do. Yep. A lot of people are starting to rethink this and the narrative behind this. I really do.
And maybe seeing a little bit farther away from what she says her story is. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think we might be onto something here, ladies.
I agree.
That's for
But
sure.
it is 12:45, so I am going to have to say goodnight and go.
Yes, I was going to say, I'm always on late with you ladies.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm always like, I'm going to go on for just a little bit. And no, I end up on hanging out with these guys because you guys are absolutely great in the comments. You always come through. You're always funny and, you interact with us. And I really do appreciate it. Katie, Jen, Jackie, you guys know I appreciate you. Mr. Dave, I appreciate you being here. Good night, everybody. And I will talk to everybody tomorrow.
Good night,
Night.
everybody. Thank you for
And thank you guys for all the love you guys showed to
Thank
Dave and everybody.
you.
Bye, guys. Talk tomorrow.